How we doing, everybody? Just loading in. All right. So we're heading into March. Holy smokes. Come on. Not sure what's taking it so long, but hey, there we go.
From the third ID mod side.
Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Plunkett, nice. He's doing well. In fact, today, right now, he's our company first sergeant, so he's been doing extremely well. And yourself, how you been, Plunkett? Oh, wow. Well, congrats, man. Hey, Marcus, how you doing? Well, now that you got a baby girl too, I mean, a lot of money goes towards children. Unit's doing well, Marcus. Unit's doing very well. So here's something new. We started putting to honor the soldier of the quarters. I'll get nice and close so you all can read it. So started about, well, 2015 we went back to, and obviously got some names up there. We went with the current rank that they were when they were awarded Soldier of the Quarter. So we have some command staff members there with Worrell was there, Day, Johnson, Hardy, Hermison, LaFontaine. All of them were command staff at one point. You got Sergeant Grigg and Sergeant Fives. They're actually back in the unit right now. Rhodes, long time there. Blue Hair, long time there. Blackwell, Conless, Lambert. We're actually going to be honoring Lambert today. He's retiring today. Obviously, we got Specialist Brock at the time. He's now our first sergeant. So was awarded Soldier of the Quarter back in first quarter of 2020. So over 2 years ago. Sergeant Abels, 2020. Skinar's here. Skitz retired. Corporal Skitz retired. Pendergast is a sergeant right now. Vandal is new to the unit within this last year and a half. Garcia and Winters. Winters is the most recent one, so thought that was a pretty cool thing to add in. Contra Field. Couple snakes here and there. Marcus, have you played with us? I don't recall the name. My Zeus works, which is outstanding. Masses of soldiers coming in. Oh, no worries. What was your last name?
Bones. Guess me.
Oh, yeah, I recall. Okay. Wasn't too long ago. Well, in terms of the unit, long ago. Plunkett, what's your baby girl's name? Got about 11 minutes and we'll be kicking off ceremony here, so. Ericola. See, Ericola has a custom uniform for donating to our unit. So we have a thing, if it's $600 in your service to our unit of donations, you get a custom uniform made out to you, including your rank, current rank, as well as a backpack too, because obviously when we have vests on, you can't see it. So our Corps of Engineers, specifically Liwa, was one that put all the work in, and I thought that was pretty outstanding for Liwa to do. There looks like the platoon sergeant being a staff sergeant. A couple others. You got my fine body over here. My XML is not working, and it's pissing me off. We've tried and tried. Little shading on the rank, but like everything's right. So I don't know. I might have to just make a new profile and redo all my loadouts, but yeah, Sergeant Greg, it is. You asked me last ceremony, our grass was like terrible. uh, and the squishiness, like you hear squishy when you walk, because this is technically like swampland right here, where we have our Cadre field and a couple soldiers I think we're waiting on. Hey, McMahon. Indeed. You joining us for ceremony or just hitting us up on stream? Oh, be right back. My wife's calling. Sorry, my wife called. She's upstairs. Second row, huh? Dun, dun, dun. There's a sergeant. There's a private. Another private. Another private. And a corporal. Are you one of these? And Zeus, I do not see. Hey, thanks for the subscription, Racing. Oh, there you are. Thanks, PFC. Little out of rank there, PFC. Alright. Oh well. Alright, I'll get back in here.
Five mics, gentlemen.
Sounds good, Simmons. Hey, Frost, how you doing? Alright, two mics. Ooh, wearing my shirt today. The man, the myth, the legend. It was between that one or I love my wife, which then it just, says I love it when my wife lets me game. So she didn't find that one as amusing as I did. Thanks, Mr. D Frost. Same thing with McMahon's. And Lewis's now.
Major LaFlash, Alpha Company is all present and accounted for, sir.
Oh. Post. Outstanding. All right, how we doing, War Eagles? How we doing? 3 cab? Yeah, let's make sure I'm on yelling. All right, I'm on yelling. Hear me in the back?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. All right, welcome to March. Last month of our first quarter. Shit is coming quick. First off, I'd like to thank everybody that took the time to attend our ceremony here. Those that are brand new to our unit, as we have quite a few actually. First inductees that I'll cover here in a moment. But throughout just our first couple months here, we've had a good amount of recruits and private trainees join us, a couple re-enlistments. But we hold a company ceremony ideally the first Sunday of every month, unless it lands on the first of the month. I think we actually have one coming up in May. I think is the first Sunday is the 1st of May, I want to say, which then it'd be pushed a week just for logistics. It helps out on that end, is the reason why. But we have a ceremony like this every month. It's to pay tribute, to award, recognize, appreciate you soldiers standing in a formation, being able to, promote and award soldiers in front of their peers. It adds pride into what we do as a unit. You can't really sugarcoat it. We're a gaming unit. We're a milsim. We all are here for the same reason, and that's to play Army. And it's good to see our efforts recognized. When we constantly do this, mostly just for that reason, to show that the hard work done on the backside with DMOSs in a combat leadership role, it can sometimes become downing, I guess you could say. There is stresses that add to our hobby that we have here. But to be able to show that appreciation, give thanks, say thank you, give you a pat on the back saying outstanding job, let's keep doing what we're doing, address some issues as well in this formation. But overall, that's the whole point of our ceremonies, is to keep soldiers engaged as well as appreciate the hell out of us, because a unit like ours doesn't stay up for the last 18 years, coming on 19 here this year, and not have soldiers like you in it that make that happen. So first off, congratulations, thank you. Some notes right off the bat. We have our FIG courses coming up in the month of March here. We've already had some that have gone through. If you haven't seen the signups there, but upcoming still in the month of March, we have an air assault school happening March 12th. We also have a combat lifesaver course on the 24th of March. Yep, carry on. And then we also have something that doesn't happen very often at all, at best biannually, so twice a year, is the Expert Infantry Badge Qualification, which is actually a pretty grueling course. I recall one year we ran this with First Sergeant Gilmore at the time, and we had 0 candidates that graduated, including me. I was in that course, and I failed out. We have ran one back, I think 2021 here, and we did have some graduates of it, but it is a grueling course, and I would definitely check out. I don't know if the sign-up's up yet. Master Sergeant Brock can confirm to that. But when it's up, check out the requirements to attend that course. I know there's things like, obviously, Land Av and all the preschools to go to the major schools like this. So hopefully you got through those courses as much as you can, because this course doesn't come around very often, and it is a bitch to pass. I can give you that. So that is the FIG courses coming up. So look for those, sign up for those, so that we can continue to train and continue to hone our skill sets. Some other things that are coming down the pipeline, as those that know, we are currently in an FTX state out here in Europe, and we are moving towards a potential deployment. With that, First Sergeant will be organizing with Staff Sergeant Tucci what we call our annual requals. It's just getting through the rifle qualification course. Those that may have only scored as a marksman or sharpshooter, this gives you a chance to get out and requalify to get that expert badge, shooting badge, as well as just hone our skills. I know it's been a while since I requalled. That 40 out of 40 keeps evading me, but sooner or later, hopefully, I get it. Just like the 60 out of 60 votes. I guess I could just keep wishing, but at the end of the day, it's on me to go make that happen. So look for those, throughout the month of March here. Each element, so each squad will have a time to go through requalification, but that'll be coordinated with Top and our platoon sergeant. So just check the calendar for when your time is up. Some other notes here. We announced it, I think, a week or so ago with Specialist Lewis taking on our NCOIC of CID. But since this is a ceremony, we'd like to recap what happened in February, and that was one of them. Lewis took on NCOIC of our CID, and then we had Lieutenant Drake come forward and want to take a more active role in our public affairs. So he replaced myself as the officer in command. So Lieutenant Drake here is our OIC of PAO, and that's currently being really worked through and seeing how we can improve our unit's image, as that's our platform right there through public affairs. And then he'll be obviously working closely with Sergeant Cooper, who was named in January as the NCOIC of PAO. So inductees. So we've had, I'd say, over a dozen come through that have been inducted into our unit in the month of February. We welcome back C. McMahon coming back to us, Nichols coming back to us, as well as Scanar coming back to us out of prior tours. I might have missed some in here, but we also have Durant, McCormick, Mack, Balio, Minov. I'm going to slaughter these names. I'm sorry. Kelso, Skills, Dio, Kalen. That's a return. Connor and Williams, D. Williams, that all have joined us back in the month of February. As I said before, this is our lifeblood, getting new soldiers into our unit, returning soldiers into our unit, so that we can continue to develop our leaders, grow our fire teams, and eventually open new squads and new platoons. As I've always said, though, it's a quality over quantity for our group. We might be 18 years old, so you might think, oh boy, we should be, a couple hundred, if not thousands, big. That's not the realistic world that we want to play in. We have our standards and make sure that we hit those standards of activity and just our training in general. So that's how you keep the dedicated soldiers, and those that unfortunately just don't have time will come and go, and then most likely come back. So we'll figure out it from there. Anniversaries, I was shocked. Unless I'm wrong, which is 100% possible, we did not have any soldiers hitting an anniversary here 1 year or more in the month of March. If I'm wrong, please call me out. I want to honor that and want to make sure we recognize those that have served with us. Last month we had one soldier only that had a year mark, but we also had several in January and February, that one. So if I'm wrong, please let me know. Those that don't know, the year anniversary is a milestone that we like to celebrate with our soldiers. Those coming in hitting 1 year, ideally they get a unit anniversary gift mailed to them. Regardless of where you live in the world, it's a stamp. It's not that much. Be able to get you a gift on the unit for serving with us. We also give out gifts for 3 years, 5 years, and so forth. Everybody else. So Someone did. No way. I did not miss that one, did I?
I see that, Major.
Ah, all right. I got my very own lieutenant that I've done messed up on. Oh God, I feel bad. All right, who's in Zeus? Make me do push-ups. Come on, I deserve it. Somebody, come on. I'll sit here until it happens. Oh, somebody's trying.
Front lane arrest position move.
All right, I'll do it myself. There we go. Thank you. All right, Waldis. Okay, I see why I missed it. I just looked it up, Drake. Your initial enlistment was April, but yes, you did come back 2 years ago, March 1st with us. So I deserve those push-ups. So with that, Lieutenant Drake, I push up to you for my mess up. That's why. I won't defend myself no more.
Appreciate it, Major.
All right. With that, I'd like to also call out. He is not currently present, but he is on stream with us. We have a retirement coming up with Lieutenant Lambert. So those that haven't served or have known him currently right now, he does hold the role as Company XO. That's the most recent role that that he has held. But prior ones, I'm just pulling up, make sure I don't mess it up. But Lieutenant Lambert enlisted with us in the end of June of 2019, so he would have been coming up on his 3-year. Initially assigned to 1st Squad, 1st Platoon, went on to be a fire team leader in that squad. Moved toward 2nd Squad, became a squad leader of 2nd Squad in August of 2019. We then had him transferred back in end of September to 1st Squad to lead 1st Squad. From there, in January of 2020, he took on the role of Platoon Sergeant of 1st Platoon. So he's had a long history with us in several combat leadership roles, including Platoon Leader in June of 2020. From there, a year later is when he really went into being our company executive officer, and that's when Lieutenant Drake moved in and replaced Lieutenant Lambert. So since then, there was a short stint with Recab, but then work quickly showed up, and that's really the whole role of Lieutenant on why he's leaving. Is those that don't know, he lives in Australia. If you live in that time zone, currently right now it is, I think it's 3 a.m. in the morning for you right now. So for him to attend a lot of our unit events, it was waking up super early, as well as our Sunday events are his Monday morning. So you can kind of imagine the dedication it took for him, and then him to thrive in all his roles up to being platoon leader, and then moving into his really administrative role due to work. But with that, we wish him well. He put in his retirement packet. He served his 30 days. So officially today, Lieutenant Lambert will be retired and promoted to 03 Captain for his retirement. On top of that, I would like to award him the Meritorious Service Medal. It's not his first, but really the Meritorious Service Medal is just for his service through our unit in the DMOSs, in the combat-related side of things. He'll be missed on a lot of avenues for our unit, especially the DMOS side, as he was particular in the way he ran some of his DMOSs. He currently holds OIC of RRO and OIC of CID. I'll be taking on those roles tentatively until we develop another officer to come up and relieve those. But obviously slots are one of those things that are needed for those. So we wish him well. We hope if you see him, he'll be obviously stopping in when he's around. He's not going in a grave. He's just going in the old folks home. So he'll be around, and we'll be able to congratulate him and wish him well in his next path for work. So with that, let's congratulate him. Hooah.
Cool.
All right. Congratulations, Captain Lambert. With that, I will take, to start off our ceremony here, I'll take Ivanov and Private Mac post. All right, Buffface. All right. With this, I'd like to award these two soldiers the Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal for donating in the calendar month of February $50 or more. In this case, we have Corporal, who donated $100 and earned himself the V device. And then we also had Private Mac, which is a new enlistee in the month of February, donate $50 in the month. So in February, we hit our donation goal. Once again, I remember at command staff meeting, we had a conversation that this might be the first month we don't hit it in easily a year and a half, if not more. But then Private Mac came in and saved the day, I guess. But it's these two soldiers that, these two, as well as all others, that have really made sure that the staple of our unit, financing, to support our hobby here, support our unit fund, support our unit anniversaries, gifts, and so forth, is supplied, and it's soldiers like these that we have to thank. So congratulations. Cool.
Ooh.
Cool.
Cool.
All right, about face. Congratulations. Thanks, Corporal. Fall back in. All right, next up, if I can get Private Dio post, if he's present. He is not present. All right, he'd be out of 3 cab. Private Dio, Dio Mendez, I think, however you say it, Dio Mendes, is a soldier that enlisted with us. He's currently assigned to 3 cab as a crew chief trainee. He comes to us with a vast amount of experience in the real military. He's hereby being awarded the National Defense Service Medal for his service to our nation, the United States, as well as the knowledge that he brings with us, with him. If I recall, he has over a decade of service in the U.S. Army and is an NCO in the real military, which just helps the strength of our current unit. Having soldiers that have served is something special that we love to have, so that we can continue to grow ourselves in our tactics, in our ability, but then also they add a level of realism to our unit that we need. So congratulations to him, and if you thank him for his service. Cool.
Ooh.
Cool. Cool.
Cool.
All right, next up, if I can get Drake, Winters, Kahiri, T. Simmons, Kidden, Winslow, Snyder, Paz, and Gray post. All right, Buffface. All right, these soldiers are hereby being awarded the Good Conduct Medal. The Good Conduct Medal is awarded for 3 months of continuous good service. Ideally, it's a medal you get for doing what you signed up to do in our unit. That's be active, TPR when you can't make events. There's no AWOL lapses. There's good conduct, just in general. You are, you know, being a role model for soldiers that come into the unit, but ideally you're here when you say you're going to be here. It can be awarded up to 4 times a month, or 4 times a year, I mean, every 3 months, so once a quarter. So congratulations and thanks again for doing what you do. Cool.
Cool.
All right, Bellface. Congrats again, soldiers. Fall back in. All right, next up, if I can get D. Williams, Lewa, and Barnes post. All right, about face. All right, these 3 soldiers are up here taking on a new rank of Private First Class E3. So for a few of these soldiers, Leo has been up here before, but are hereby, taking on their ultimately their first promotion within our unit outside a training environment, or re-enlistment environment. So really, it's that stepping stone, figuring out what they want to do in their career. This opens up new avenues in DMOSs, as well as a PFC. You could be leading a fire team at that current rank, as it's really one of the first starter ranks of leadership and just in doing what you want to do in this unit. So congratulations, and here's to hopefully many more. All right, Belface. Congratulations. Oh, go ahead, fall back in. There you go. Next up, if I can get Lang and Vandal. Vandal, I know is LOA. Lang's here. Lang is not. These two soldiers are hereby being awarded the Armed Forces Service Medal for 6 months of service within a specific DMOS. So these two soldiers are separate DMOSs. We have Sergeant Lang for being in recruiting and retention as a recruiter, 79 Romeo, for 6 months. And then we have Sergeant Vandal for 6 months as a drill sergeant in FIG. Serving as 6 months in FIG. So both these soldiers, again, being awarded the Armed Forces Service Medal. This is only awarded to our DMOS for service in our DMOSs. So congrats to those two.
Cool.
Next up, if I can get, let's see, Gray, Tham, and McKinsey post. All right, go ahead, cover down a little bit. About face. There you go. All right. These three soldiers, the two in front of you, are hereby being promoted to what we call the E4 Mafia, entering the specialist rank. Being in this, you are right under that NCO. You kind of avoid a lot of things in the real military as a specialist, being that you're no longer lower enlisted like a private, but then you're also, called upon to take on some leadership responsibilities. In this, we call on these soldiers to specialists to be our eyes and ears, to be able to take on more DMOS work. To even achieve the rank of specialist, you have to be in a DMOS and thrive at that. But then also it opens up other avenues for leadership, as I said earlier. So these three soldiers have a lot of passion behind what they do. I've talked to all these, and just seeing what they can do in our unit and have prior. I know specialist isn't their final rank, so congratulations. So,
Cool.
What?
all right, Bowface. Congratulations, specialists. Fall back in. All right. Next up, Specialist Pearson. Post, if he's present. All right. Specialist Pearson is hereby being awarded the Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal for 12 months of service in our unit, for over 12 months, I should say, 365 days plus. In our unit with a deployment, we deployed back in 2021, ending in December of 21. Specialist Pearson was part of that. He hit his 12-month time in service in late February. And qualified for this award. So again, this is something that's awarded once a year if we're in a deployment state or have had a deployment during that 12 months. So make sure to congratulate him.
Cool.
All right. Next up, J. Lewis and D Snyder post. All right, about face. All right, Specialist Lewis and Specialist Snyder are hereby entering the NCO Corps with their promotion to E4 Corporal. As I mentioned, I talked about Lewis a little bit as he moved into that NCOIC slot. Well, officially now he can hold that slot as an NCO. He took it a little premature, but with that, I mean, entering the NCO Corps, I've said it time and time again, our NCOs run this unit, officers do not. We just steer the ship, or maybe I should say steer the tank, steer the MRAP, steer whatever they let me have a steering knob on. And ideally it's the NCOs that run this group. And having two soldiers like Lewis, like Snyder, join that NCO Corps with under the leadership of not only our squad leaders, but Sergeant Tucci for Sergeant Brock, and knowing what they can do, I look forward to the careers of these two as they join our NCO Corps. So congratulations. Hua.
What?
All right. Bellface. Congratulations, Corporal.
Thank you, sir.
Fall back in. I will take Brock, Garcia, and Ivanov. Post. All right. Go ahead. About face and cover down a little bit. Perfect. All right. So these three, I'm about to call them the Stooges because they're up here every month for this. We have the Humanitarian Service Medal. And it's funny. It's not their first award. In fact, it's getting to the point to where some of them might actually be maxed out here shortly. I know Matt Sergeant and I talked about it this last week. What is the max on a medal? You think about
21, sir.
21 exactly.
Yeah, there you go. Excuse me.
So we will be going looking for that 21. I mean, we have things that can be maxed out pretty quickly. Things like the Meritorious Service Medal the Humanitarian Service Medal for votes is what this one's for. Achieving 60 votes in the calendar month on clans list. So these three have a daily routine that they do not miss. And then we have awards like the Good Conduct Medal, which can be maxed out over X amount of years with 21, which that one I might actually have maxed. I'm not sure with my service. But wait, it said good service. Never mind. We then also have things like the Military Outstanding Volunteer Medal, which that's just donations. That can be maxed out pretty quickly. But that's quite a bit of dough to hand out. Not saying anybody has to hit there. But, I mean, these medals that you're talking getting maxed out, that's insane. And especially this one, which is just so easy. You think about I shouldn't say easy. I can't hit the damn thing, but the premise behind it, having a routine that you can vote twice a day, and for 30 days straight, hit those 60 votes, to see that achievable, anybody can do if you have a good routine, versus things like the donation, military outstanding. I mean, you have to have the funds for that. That's unrealistic for many. And the good conduct, well, that just takes time, a lot of time in our unit to have. But I'm very happy with these three, constantly up here every month. As I said, I'm about to call them the Stooges. I'll let them figure out who's Curly, who's Mo. But congratulations and thank you for all you do. That clans lists is something that we pay for biannually, pay 6 months at a time. We see soldiers that are in this formation that saw us on clans lists because of that, and it's your daily votes that get us to the top of the list, and that's how important that is. As just the application the other day, just yesterday, I thought I read one found us on clans list. So it's beneficial to us all, and it's selfless of you all for the amount you vote and have that strict routine. So we all thank you. Cool. About face. Thanks again. Congratulations. See you next month.
Thank you, sir.
Fallout. Actually, Ivanov, go ahead, stay up here. Since you're here, about face again. Come back up. Why have you go back? All right. All right, about face. All right. So since I have the corporal here, I like to pin another stripe to him and call him sergeant from now on. Hereby being promoted to the grade and rank of E5 sergeant. Sergeant here has been a staple in our NCO corps, in his squad, leading from the front, leading as a squad leader, or a fire team leader, in the absence sometimes as a squad leader. And just the ability that he can portray as an NCO, the discipline and the professionalism that he shows has earned him this right to be called sergeant. So a big thank you and congratulations.
Hooah.
Bellface.
Four.
Congratulations, sergeant.
Thank you, Major.
Fall back in, bud. All right. Next up, if I can get Tham, Kidon, D Harris, D Frost, and Cooper post. I was warned today by specifically one Corporal D Frost that I need to make sure I say the letter before, because I'm starting to learn, and I see we have several soldiers with the same name. And I made that mistake, I think, a month or so ago. All right, about face, and go ahead, cover down. There you go. All right, so these 5 soldiers, 4 in front of you, are hereby being awarded the Army Achievement Medal. So each one has a little bit of a citation to read. So I have Tham for showing significant improvement in his work inside of Scorpions, as well as writing documentation, and as well leading some of the squad drills as a private first class at the time. So outstanding job there, Tham. We have Specialist Kidden in FTX 11. Specialist took over the fire team leadership temporarily after I, the fire team leader, went unconscious. During this period, he made sure to bring things back to normal by informing the squad leader and squad medic about what is happening. And at the time, he managed the situation, coordinated with our combat lifesavers to bring the FTL back up to combat ready status as soon as possible. That's not the first time the specialist has shown his swiftness in taking over when things go bad. That makes him a very reliable 2IC inside our Phoenix Bravo squad, or Bravo fire team. It's the first time I heard of a backup to the fire team leader, but that's outstanding. I mean, really, if you think about it, every leader, regardless of position, really needs to start thinking of who is in line to replace me. I think about it as a company commander, and hopefully fire team leaders, squad leaders, you're thinking of who that 2IC to you is, and then work on developing so that when that opportunity comes, they're ready for that role. So outstanding job to Specialist Kidden. We have D Harris. Despite the last few troubling months in Ghosts, PFC Harris constantly has been the sole member of the squad outside the leadership position that time and time again has met his obligations and yet beyond and went beyond them on several occasions. We have D Frost has shown extreme dedication to his squad and unit by filling in as squad leader for Spartans in my 2-week absence, written by his squad leader. Despite being relatively inexperienced in his new role and having very little time to prepare, Corporal Frost took it upon himself to lead the squad with a high level of professionalism, creating squad drills and leading Spartans throughout the 2 weekends that I had been gone, while also keeping me constantly informed about what was going on within the squad and providing professional written AARs, all the while that I'd expect from a good 2IC. Then we have Sergeant Cooper. While taking over Phoenix as squad leader, Sergeant Cooper has demonstrated that he is capable and a knowledgeable squad leader. Sergeant Cooper holds his squad to a high standard to make sure that Phoenix always has great attendance. Cooper has also never failed to host interesting and educational drills for his squad. So you can kind of see the Army Achievement Medal is based around a lot of like leadership style, not necessarily in a leadership position, but the aroma, I guess the meat and potatoes of the award is having a solid leadership foundation, and all 5 of these soldiers have that. They take on the roles regardless if it's assigned to them or not, and they're just ready to take on that role, as I said. So congratulations to these 5. Ooh.
Hooah.
All right. About face. Congratulations. Ooh. Fall back in. All right. Next up, if I can get now J Frost, errors and Babel post. All right, about face. All right, these 3 soldiers are hereby being awarded the Joint Service Achievement Medal, the JSAM, for their continued dedication inside their DMOS. The JSAM is awarded only for administrative duty within our group. So citation here, we got J Frost. Since joining RRO, Frost has shown to be an invaluable asset within our DMOS. He tries to get involved in nearly every application and has completes every one of his assigned at a very high level of professionalism. Sergeant Ayers, as a master recruiter in RRO, has been consistently active within RRO. Sergeant is also involved in always involved within the DMOS, and at the time of writing this citation, he has answered questions on nearly every recruitment candidates on our Discord. And then we have Specialist Babel, being awarded the JSAM for his work in FIG as a drill instructor, for tactical and technical excellence inside FIG, serving as a range safety officer and drill instructor. Specialist has led many trainees in high quality instruction. His commitment and service to our soldiers stands at the highest traditions within our force improvement group. So excellence within a DMOS. 2 very important DMOSs in my opinion with FIG and RRO, and the work that is done in each. We can't falter in those DMOSs. If we falter, our unit will not succeed. RRO doing the work on the front side of bringing in recruits, that professionalism, drawing those in, getting them in, holding those NSOs, and then our FIG turning around and training up those new soldiers to at least the minimum standard we need to then get them into a squad active and ready to take on squad training and hopefully combat operations with us. So it's these 3 soldiers that makes that happen on a day-to-day basis. So congratulations and thank you. Cool.
Hooah.
All right, about face. Congratulations, soldiers. Thank you. Fall back in. All right, next up, Pole Track and Vandal post. All right, about face. Sergeant Pole Track up here. Sergeant Vandal's currently on a military LOA. Should be actually back here in March here. They are hereby both being promoted to the grade and rank of E6 Staff Sergeant. Staff Sergeant is a rank that does not come easily. Those that currently hold the role, hold the rank, or have held the rank can tell you. The higher you go, the less slots there are for these ranks. Anybody that is, achieving those ranks can contest. In this case, to be a staff sergeant, I mean, you're a squad leader. That's that slot, right? You could be a squad leader at a corporal, all the way through staff sergeant. And to move up and hold these roles for those extended amount of time, like we have in Staff Sergeant Poltrack, Staff Sergeant Vandal, goes to show the type of soldier they are, the squads that they lead. and the standards that they hold. You know, and to be able to move on and move forward in their career, it's another holding point as a staff sergeant. Currently, right now, what's the next role after that? You got platoon sergeant. Well, Tucci's in the back of the formation, really holding that one down, and he's not going anywhere. So really, the way from there, what do? Well, we have to recruit, we have to grow, and really develop our soldiers and be ready for that next step. But these two soldiers, I can't say enough good about these two, Pull Track and Vandal, and what they have done for our NCO Corps, and then obviously the elephant in the room, what they've done for their squads. They are the lifeblood of their squad, and they run it from the top, and they run it from the front, I should say. They collaborate with their teams, and they retain their soldiers to a high standard. So congratulations to these two, and you know, I look forward to adding more to you down the road as you both can handle it. I know it. So congratulations. Hoa.
Hooah.
Bellface. Congrats, Staff Sergeant.
Thank you, Major.
Fall back in. All right. If I can get Toplak and Babel post. All right, Bellface specialist. All right, so these two soldiers are hereby being awarded the Joint Service Commendation Medal, another award that is awarded for only DMOS. Babel was actually just up here for the JSAM, so it shows you the type of level, I should say, the level of expertise, the level of professionalism, and the level of dedication that the specialist has, as well as Toplak. So both of these soldiers are being awarded this medal for their work inside CID. As we went through CID and had our interviews for the position that Corporal Lewis retained, these two soldiers are the ones that kept that DMOS going. You know, for Toplak is the most senior member of the S shop of our uniform updaters. Specialist has been a rock, a constant in dependability as our dedicated multimedia illustrator. Specialist is held in a very high regard inside CID as a role model for his consistent work, and is more deserving of this award. We then have Specialist Babel. Since joining CID in November of 2021, the specialist has been a key element in the staff shop, easily with being one of the most productive members of picking up extra work others haven't or couldn't get to. He has shown remarkable skills with hasty response to create hasty response times to creation and update requests. Pairing with his meticulous attention to detail, he is more deserving of this award. You know, this month of February, I literally had to go up to Specialist Babel here and tell him to stop doing requests so that others can do it. So that the shoulders that this soldier has is extremely broad, and he wants to take on that work. But it's not, you know, I literally had to tell him, you know, hold, stop, let others do the work, because he's more than capable, more than willing, and he puts a lot on himself. And I can contest to him being awarded this medal with the, you know, the meticulous attention to detail and how much he wants to do for this unit. He's an irreplaceable asset to our CID. And I look forward to his growth there, and then obviously where CID is going to go to with soldiers like Toplak, Babel, and having Corporal Lewis lead it from the front, as well as those others that are recently joining CID, because we are looking for of course, CID uniform updaters. And now you do not have to have Photoshop. We have a thing to train with that. So if you're interested, that's CID's plug. Big congratulations though. Who are specialists?
Ooh.
Right, Bellface?
Cool.
All right. Fall back in. Thanks again, specialist.
Thank you, Major.
Cool. All right. Just checking over. All right. With that, Brock, post. Bellface? Alright. So, this is Master Sergeant Brock. He is the top of our unit. Was put into his role in December, if I recall, right? Just after?
January, sir.
January. Yeah, that's right. It's 2 months now. And with that, he entered into Master Sergeant in his current role as a company first sergeant for basically completing, or in plans to here complete first sergeant school, which him and I kind of went through in the last 2 months. There is a remarkable amount of reading that he'll contest to, as well as long conversations with myself, among with the rest of C staff. But it's an honor today to be able to pin that diamond to his chest inside his Master Sergeant rank and officially make him a first sergeant within our unit for completion of our first sergeant school. This doesn't change his current responsibilities or anything like that. It's just now getting him proper rank of his position. Those that haven't had a lot of time with First Sergeant Brock, that's usually a good thing, as he's the one that I send for the disciplinary actions. So that means you're in good standings. But all joking aside, he's an outstanding NCO to our unit. The tasks that I'm able to put on the first sergeant and have him a part of our command staff, a trusted advisor to myself with Lieutenant Drake, Staff Sergeant Tucci, and be able to, see where the future can go with our unit. Having a soldier like him by our sides and the top of our NCO Corps, he sets that standard. And I know with him and our NCO Corps, the sky's the limit when we look at that. So a big thank you and a big congratulations to First Sergeant Brock. Hooah.
What?
Bellface. Congratulations, top.
Thank you, sir. It's a privilege to serve.
Hooah. Fall back in. All right. So with that, a couple other, I guess, closing notes. In DMOS wise, those that are currently looking for DMOSs, as I mentioned for CID, that's something that is a skill set with Photoshop that we do have. You got to have the skills of Photoshop. As I said before, Corporal Lewis and I have identified a way or a system, website to get soldiers that want to Photoshop and learn it into CID and kind of teach you that as CID is so vital to our imaging, the image of our unit, our uniforms. Being able to, days after like today, we're posting 40 plus uniform updates. It takes CID a little bit, right? So obviously the more we can get in there and take off of soldiers like Specialist Babel's plate and Specialist Toplex plate, and be able to help out is key. But other DMOSs that we are extremely looking for is recruiting and retention, as we working with soldiers like Sergeant Poltrack, who's leading our RRO department, our RRO DMOS. Recruiters are a need for processing, for doing NSOs. The more the merrier. I mean, at no time should soldiers or trainees or civilians, and that matters what I'm trying to say, civilians or recruits coming in, you know, be delayed as much as we are, but again, staffing is light in that DMOS, and it's one that requires a certain tact and a certain professionalism that is needed. It's really the first impression of our unit when a recruiter talks to a brand new soldier. So being able to have the right mindset and have people be ready to have those conversations. A lot of our recruiting is nice. It's done right on Discord. We have people out there outside of the DMOS constantly recruiting, constantly seeing people post and say, hey, I'm looking for a unit. I see it on the Facebook groups for ARMA. We have soldiers that are recruiting on there saying, hey, check out our Discord. Obviously, we have Steam discussion boards, that same thing. And then ARMA Discord as well is a big recruitment tool. And one of the largest that soldiers like you can help with is that the clans list, as I mentioned, getting out there and vote. So being able to have soldiers that are readily available is key. I think we didn't actually have a DMOS meeting this month. Kind of my time got crunched. That's one of the things that command staff will be looking towards for future. That was one of the tasks that Captain Lambert had. And with his retirement, obviously, I dropped the ball on making sure that happened in his absence for his retirement. But we'll get back on that and hold those individual as well as staff shop meetings to really figure out our needs. But right now, those are the two pressing ones. I know PAO, under the leadership of Lieutenant Drake, Sergeant Cooper, is extremely solid. CID, as I mentioned already, with Lewis, BMO, as we continue to move forward there. BMO is extremely well staffed under the leadership of Tucci. And then FIG with Top. I think everybody loves to do the FIG side of things. So keep doing there. But RRO and CID. So if you're looking, please take a look at those and contact those NCYCs, as we'd love to add more talent to our pool. With that, I want to say that's all I have. So without further ado, I can release you a couple minutes early and we'll get ready for our FTX. But I guess Lieutenant Drake, post. All right, take charge, dismiss the groups.
Thank you, Major. Hi, gentlemen. So yeah, that's another month finished. We are gonna get into our last month of FTXs here. So let's try to make the most. Starting today with a little more of a fun-driven FTX, but next week we're definitely going to get back into some training topics. One side note: we are aware of Squad XML issues. I mean, it's a brand new system, so we expect some child diseases in there, which will get hammered out. Other than that, I don't have much to add, so you're all dismissed. Oh,
Congratulations, soldiers. All right. I'd like to thank everybody that stopped in. Let me catch up on some of these questions here. Download it first. Hey, Dead Man. New to the game, huh? Oh, hold on.
The major.
Hey, I'm trying to tell the major that someone fucked up.
Oh yeah, you're 5 months.
What's up?
We get on 30
My good conduct medal should be next month. I got 5 months and 7 days in, not
Well,
6.
see your first line leader, not my problem.
Hey, hear that, Lewis? I gotta keep my ribbon. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you'll just get another one next month. Hell
Yeah, I got another next month. That'll be 3, baby.
Yep.
Well, that's not how it works, but yeah, go ahead.
3 and 6. Hell yeah.
I heard see your first line leader. What's up?
Man, Winters heard that a mile away.
Yeah, man. I've got that sergeant hearing, bro.
My position's
Sprint
above
number.
Winters is. He's like just in a temporary position.
Alright, sorry about that. Yeah. Other than that, I'll be back on here in about probably a half hour. I'm gonna cut the stream, get ready for our FTX. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe, hit that follow, hit that like, and hopefully we'll see you back here. If you want to check out the unit, we have the wrong way. There you go. Over here is our website. So please check it out. Come say hi. We have our Discord as well, which you can get access through our website on that. So hope to see you on, and thanks for stopping by, everybody. Have a good one.